the comma, the apostrophe. Both of these punctuation marks look exactly alike, but the comma is used at the line level. The apostrophe is higher. Apostrophes have a couple of uses. In this first one, they show ownership. John's house. The house belongs to John. So we have an apostrophe S to show the ownership. Here's Montana's capital. The capital is owned by the state of Montana. Apostrophe S. Anybody's parking space. So we would write the word anybody, put the apostrophe in it, and add an S. And that tells us that anybody could own those parking spaces. If you have a plural of something, singular would be one. This is one Montana. This is one person. But if children is plural. There's many. There are many children. In that case, you would write the plural of the word and add an apostrophe S. Children's games. Here's where it gets a little bit dicey. If the word ends in an S, just an apostrophe goes on there. Or some books say that you can add an apostrophe S. So in this case, James, if it was James's house, let's say, it would be written out this way. James ends in an S, so we can just put an apostrophe on there. But some books say that if it ends in an S, it's also okay to put an apostrophe S. So here again, I'm going to put you back into your classroom teacher, what your classroom teacher is saying on this, because that's how it's going to be tested. So you'll certainly want to comply to get those points. But generally accepted at this point, words that are ending in S's can have the apostrophe or an apostrophe S on it. Here we have dishes. I saved one so I could do it with you. Dishes, the plural of that, if we have lots of dishes, is an ES. The dishes, you put an apostrophe. The dishes patterns. I have also seen that with an apostrophe S on it too, as acceptable. Whatever you do, be consistent. All right, so if you decide you want to do it one way or the other, and if that's acceptable to your boss or your teacher, then be consistent with it throughout your writing. Here's an example of ownership, possession, within the sentence structure. But many of the other punctuations that I have taught so far have examples of ownership within the sentences. I've pointed them out along the way and promised I would get to apostrophes. But you could go back and take a look at some of those examples too. In this one, we have, "Are you Tom's son?" I asked. I asked, "Are you Tom's son?" So our quotation marks are around just what comes out of my mouth. Are you Tom's son? Question mark and quotation marks. I asked. Here's our end of the end with the period. The apostrophe here in Tom's refers to Tom's ownership of the son. The son belongs to Tom. And here we flipped it. I asked, comma, quotation marks, "Are you Tom's son?" Question mark, end of quotation marks. And the ownership right here, again, is an apostrophe S. That was kind of an easy one because it follows the rules. Tom ended in a consonant other than an S, so we would just put on an apostrophe S. Whew. So if you have a chance to actually manipulate the name, try to have one with that doesn't end in an S.